Hello, my name is Erin Miller. I am your history professor for Modern U.S. History 17B at Bakersfield College. You can call me Erin, you can call me Professor Miller, you can call me Miss Miller. I'm providing this video for you to give you an overview of how to best navigate the course, find our assignments, contact or meet with me, etc. So first of all, this is what our homepage looks like from within Canvas. You'll see you start at the top, pretty basic information, our course number, the topic of the course. Right here, you'll see there is a frequently asked questions button that you can select. And I post a series of questions here that I usually get every semester: what to call me, how to contact me, what to do if you have any issues with Canvas, etc. So you can click on this questions and answers asked here as a way to read through some pre-provided questions and answers, but also to crowdsource questions. Sometimes students go on and answer before I even have a chance to. I encourage you to click on this and read over the questions and answers. I think that you will find them helpful and they'll save you time waiting for replies from me. If you look at the next link down here on our homepage, you'll see that this is our syllabi for the course, our syllabus rather. At the end of the syllabus, you will find an assignment calendar that lists all the due dates, etc. I discourage you from printing the syllabus because it's almost 20 pages long. So I don't want you to use all your ink. Might be best to look at it through here. This video you get to by clicking here on getting to and completing assignments. You can also find this in the pre-course information module as well as the Unit 1 module if you need to refer back to it. We come down here, you can see that you can navigate the course quite easily by pre-course information, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3. Most of the time I organize my courses by week, but this is a 4-week summer course. It is highly condensed. So what I did, instead of creating weekly modules, is I created unit modules that are each about 8 to 10 days long. Okay, so that's how you can get through those. You'll see the bolded terms here. I really encourage you to navigate through the modules, but you get through to the tab here to the left, or by clicking on the table modules here. If we go down just a little bit farther on the page, you'll see instructor contact information. If you click on that, you'll see it has my name, my email contact, my office. Obviously, I'm not on campus due to COVID right now. I explained that I try to respond to all emails within 24 hours. If you haven't heard back from me within about 24 hours, you should probably resend the email. Don't feel pushy. If it's taken me longer than 24 hours, chances are somehow I missed it. Maybe it went to my junk mail, etc. I have provided 2 office hours, 2 different times to visit. I have office hours Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 to 8:30 a.m. via Zoom, and you just click on the link from here during those times on those days to meet with me. Make sure you make note of the passwords because you'll need those. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, excuse me, from 2 to 3. Please keep in mind that you need to click on the correct link for the day and time that you wish to meet with me. All right, I'm going to navigate back to the home page here. I do want to remind you and just show you quickly that if you use the table linking to the different modules, it takes you right to that page in the modules section. So we say Unit 1, chapters 15 through 19, etc., etc. So it takes you down through those so that by the time you're on the week 3 module, you don't have to kind of scroll through or condense your modules. It will take you right to the module. Okay? It's just something handy to know, save you some time depending on how you like to navigate the course. Again, you want to use the modules, and you want to use or you want to use this table here. A lot of students like to use the to-do list that appears over here to your right, or the coming up list, as a way to keep track of their assignments. Many students also like to use the calendar option here. When you use the calendar option, you want to make sure you're keeping track of the actual course that you're in, because usually it will put all of your courses together. But if we look at the calendar for our course together, you'll see it lists the due dates, the assignments due, etc. And you can select different views depending on your preference. So if you'll give me just a moment here, I'm going to navigate back to our course from there. So again, this is the home page. You can call me Erin, Miss Miller, Professor Miller. I encourage you to read over the questions and answers section. Syllabus is right here. Okay, don't print it, it's very long. If you need to reference this video, you can get to the video from this link or links within the pre-course information in Unit 1. We've got the syllabus down here, tips to improve writing, additional reading, my instructor contact information here. What I want to do now is I want to take a quick moment and show you the pre-course information. You definitely want to read over the information here before you get started. Start right at the top and work your way to the bottom. So welcome to class explains a little bit about the class, how online summer school late start classes work. We will probably have even more hours of homework than your traditional 6-week class because we are 2 weeks shorter. Okay, so again, instructor contact information, including office hours, syllabi, the same link to your questions and answers asked here. This link here includes important dates from days that you should drop the course if you want to get a refund or you want to avoid a W. If you want to get a W, your different exam and writing assignment, major assignment dates here. You have many more assignments than that. So you want to make sure to look over these items. There's some other tools within the pre-course information that are very helpful. So if you see this link, it will take you to a tutorial on how to use Canvas. Canvas is this whole little page and program here. It's called an LMS, a Learning Management Source. Okay, so we've got some tools on how to help that, how to take a Canvas tour, Canvas tour. This link right here is to our textbook for the class. We're using America Essential Learning, 2nd edition, volume 2. This is a link to the ebook. So if you've ordered your paper book and it hasn't arrived yet and you're worried you're going to fall behind, you don't have to worry about that. Just go into Canvas, click on this link, and it will help you set up a free trial. The free trial usually covers chapter 1 and 2, sometimes chapter 3. So if you haven't ordered your textbook yet, you want to make sure to do so. Now, if you just want to use the ebook and you don't want to order a paper copy, you can pay for that directly to the publisher right through here. So in addition to the America Essential Learning textbook, we use the Inquisitive online learning tool. You want to click on this link and read over the directions and set up your account. Again, they provide a temporary free access, at which time if it expires, you either need to enter your access code that comes from purchasing the book new, or you'll need to purchase access directly through them. Okay. This link explains Inquisitive. This is help for technical information. I know in these COVID times, it's difficult for some students who never wanted to take online classes, but yet here you find yourself. If you're one of those students, make sure you're reading over this Canvas information, watching the videos, read over the technical information. If you have any problems, do not hesitate to reach out to me, please. Okay, I can't help you and get you what you need to know if you don't contact me, all right? This link here helps students set up their BC Gmail account to sync it with their phone, etc. Here's some information on how we engage online, how to write an exemplary writing post, basic requirements for assignments, etc. Now you'll see I mentioned at the beginning of this video that instead of organizing the course by weeks, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, because we have 15 chapters, I just divided the course into 3 units. And so the assignments don't fall on the same day of the week for each unit. Okay, so you want to be pretty careful. Unit 1, chapter 15 through 19, tells you right here the date range, July 13th through the July 20th. So you know right away that anything from Unit 1 is going to have to be due by, if not earlier, than July 20th. Okay, if we scroll down through the module here, you'll see each unit is divided into 2 sections. Unit 1, Section 1. Okay, so I'll go over this Unit 1, Section 1 introduction in just a moment. But we've got some videos here, introductory assignments, and then it tells you, okay, chapter 15, read chapter 15. Some audio lectures. Some of the audio lectures from this course are from my lectures in class. Some of them come from a professor out of Stanford. I didn't have all my lectures recorded for this class, so I complemented them with some work from another professor. Okay, so if we were to look and we'd say, okay, on day 1 of our course, I have introductory assignments. For the purpose of this course that I'm originally recording the video for, we can see our first assignment is due July 13th and it's worth 10 points. Then we have assignment due July 15th, 16th, and so on. Once you've done these first couple of assignments, all of the assignments within a unit are due by the same date. So for example, July 20th. But in an online class, the way we take attendance to determine whether or not we have any students not participating that need to be dropped is by having students do these assignments on like day 1, 2, 3, etc. So make sure you follow these due dates pretty closely. And you can tell when there's an assignment that you have to do because it has a date and it has points. Okay, that's just a little tip to help you. So this is why I was telling you when I was showing you the home page to avoid just using the to-do list. Because if we navigate by the modules, we just start right here at the top, right? Unit 1, Section 1. Okay, I say, okay, Unit 1, Section 1, Introduction. That's going to tell me everything I have to do for Unit 1. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this. Got our pretty picture of the Pony Express because I'm delivering information to you. Have some introductory information and comments here. It's divided into 3 sections. Each introduction is divided into 3 sections. This week's tasks, and these are things that have to be done for points. Okay, and so you can just work your way through those and get an idea of what is due for that unit. And then you look at instructional objectives. These are what you have to do to complete the tasks as well as the tasks, okay? And then, as you know, every course has student learning outcomes, and within each assignment, I've identified which, which learning outcomes go with that unit. So at the bottom of each unit and section, at the top of each unit and section, you'll have a little overview like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Unit 1 here. Just a second. Okay, so we have Unit 1, Section 1. This is the introductory information. Okay, so then we have some introductory assignments. Introduce yourself to the class. Just a quick reminder, all discussion assignments require an initial post where you post and replies to 2 other students. Ideally, your first post should be done no later than Wednesday of a week, and then your follow-up replies to other students should be at least by the end of this unit, okay? Discussion assignments should be pre-written in Word or Google Docs, saved and copied and pasted in with college level academic writing, punctuation, etc. That's very important, okay? One of the tools that we use for this course matches our textbook, and it's called Inquisitive. This assignment here is very important, and it's going to save you a lot of time doing inquisitive assignments if you take the time to do it, okay? So inquisitive assignment, it kind of explains why I use it, what they do, instructional objectives, etc. To get to an inquisitive assignment, you click on the assignment, you scroll to the bottom, and then you'll click on this link, all right? The first time you do that, it will help you set up an account. It'll provide you temporary free access, but then you'll either need to enter your access code or buy access directly from the publisher, okay? I know I'm speaking kind of quickly, but you can review this video, go back to it, etc. If we look at our first chapter, chapter 15, you'll see that I've linked to the ebook chapter. I only do this for the first couple chapters, assuming that students then will know how to get to the ebook or have their paper book, etc. But we'll see, okay, read chapter 15, read the primary sources, and primary sources are just items, documents, artifacts, etc. created during the time we're studying. You'll see that we have audio lectures here for you to listen to. Now, this is the part I'd like you to pay close attention to. We see we have chapter 15, and then we go down and we say activity inquisitive assignments. Complete inquisitives for chapters assigned for this chapter, this week, etc. So what that basically means is whenever you read a chapter, chapter 15, you need to then do the inquisitive assignment that matches that chapter. Chapters 15 through 30 are all chunked together in a 30-point assignment, and that due date will roll each unit. So right now it says July 20th, but once we reach the end of unit 1, it'll say July 29th or whatever applies to the specific course that you're in, okay? Now some students will go in and they'll do chapter 15 assignment, they get 100, and then they think, I already got 100 on 3 other points, and they don't do any of the other chapters. And they don't see this 300-point score change. And that's because that won't change until the very end of the semester when it registers any of the missing inquisitives. So just to clarify, you have to do an inquisitive for every single chapter. Even if this says you've earned 100%, at the end of the term, it will calculate a 0 for any of the missing chapters and drastically reduce that score. So make sure I read chapter 15, I do chapter 15 inquisitive. I read chapter 16, I did chapter 16 inquisitive. I want to go over one last quick item before I go to the gradebook, and that is the primary source quizzes. You'll see that you read primary sources that go with chapter 15, but then you have some primary source quizzes. They do not necessarily come from the sources that you read, okay, from there. So when I go into a chapter 15 quiz, I am going to first click here where it says, you know, chapter 15, read primary sources. Sometimes it's phrased differently. It says read chapter 16 or chapter 16 sources. So you want to click on those and read those, okay? And then you'll want to take the quiz by pushing this button here. For you, it will say take quiz instead of preview. Before you take your first primary source quiz, I really encourage you to watch this video on using primary sources and to read these tips on primary sources. And then read your sources and then take the quiz. I do want to provide one quick tip related to the primary sources. Often the questions in the quiz don't necessarily relate to what you read in the document. They may relate to the background to the document or to the type of document. So for example, there's one quiz that examines a farmer's almanac. So it's a farmer's almanac from the Revolutionary time, has 4 questions in the quiz, but a couple of the questions ask about farmer's almanacs. And so if you're a student who doesn't know what a farmer's almanac is, answering that quiz becomes difficult. And so when you're reading over those primary sources, before you take the quiz, if you don't know what a ledger is or a probate record in your document is a ledger or probate record or a farmer's almanac, you want to Google that and say, well, what is a farmer's almanac? So just keep that in mind when you take the primary source quizzes. Hopefully that's all working well there. I do want to show you something quickly, and this will look a little bit different for you than me. So bear with me just a moment while I change my setting to students so I don't accidentally reveal any students' names or information. Depending on how you have your Canvas account set up, when I grade an item, you will receive an email with your grade. And if it's something that I make comments on, for example, discussion or a writing assignment, you'll receive an email with those comments. Now, not everybody has their Canvas account set up to receive comments. And so, I did it wrong. Hold on a second. Thanks. Student view. Let me try that again. So not everybody has their Canvas set up to send them emails when an item is graded. But if you don't, or if you do, what you can do is you can go to the grades tab here in Canvas, and then it will take you to all the different assignments. And then you can see, okay, this is the assignment. When is it due? How many points is it worth? And what did I get? Okay. So if I've graded it, say you introduced yourself to the class and you got 7 out of 10, and you think, what? 7 out of 10? If I've made a comment, there'll be a little black like text bubble you can click on, and it will provide you comments. If you need to upload any documents that go with the assignment, you just click on the assignment. Then you would go to the add comment, attach a file, browse, and then select the document you want and attach file. Okay, so again, you want to navigate from the home page using the modules or the links to the modules here. Hopefully you found that helpful. Hopefully everybody's doing okay with COVID. I look forward to starting the semester with you. I do want to remind you that everybody needs to purchase and read George Orwell's book, 1984. It's on the syllabus. I emailed you about it as well. You will do a 7 or 8 page essay on that assignment, so please make sure you obtain it. You can get it on Audible and listen to it. You can buy a paper copy. You can get an ebook. Some students listen to it on YouTube, but keep in mind you'll need to specifically reference certain quotes, etc. So if you decide to listen to it and you hear a quote you like, make sure you pause it, write that quote down exactly. If you go to our syllabus, you will see an overview of the assignment, and you can also find it in Canvas with more detail. All right, everybody, I hope that helps you, and I look forward to engaging the summer term with you.